Welcome back. We've been talking about the organization 50 Forward and the opportunities and programs they offer to those who are 50 plus years old. And Lori Corley and Adrienne Newman are my guests. And we have learned so much about so many of the great programs that you offer, everything from music to coming in and helping with, with caregiving. But I know there's one thing, Adrienne, too, that you really, really want to point out and sort of talk about before we go, and that is your care team.
Thank you. Our care team it's basically, we do a very thorough assessment and try to help the caregiver or the elder themselves to figure out what help they need.
Yeah.
The service delivery system can be very fragmented. It can be a very hard story to tell. It can also be hard for people to figure out exactly what they need. And so our group comes in and they'll do an assessment and make connections to services, and it's usually social services that they need. And there was a study done not too long ago by primary care physicians, and 4 out of 5 said that they were very concerned about the unmet social needs and how that really affected the health of older adults. And so we want to meet those basic needs, but we also want to really promote quality of life, that when you have your needs met, the likelihood of you being happier, involved, and feeling good about yourself is just vitally important.
I so agree with that. My mom, I agree. She lives by herself. She's 85 years old and very lonesome sometimes. And so she has 7 children, and we call her every day. We want to make sure that she has that socialization, as you said, and so that is so very important. I'm so glad to know that you all are focusing on things like that.
Thank you.
Lori, the fact that there are so many programs, and we don't have time to go into all the wonderful ones that you have, I did want to point out some volunteer opportunities, though, for folks, and one of them I love is called FLIP. Talk about exactly what that means and how that works.
Well, FLIP, Friends Learning in Pairs, is an intergenerational tutoring program for children, and we recruit older adults to volunteer to go into schools and listen to the children read. And they help them to learn new words, sound out new words. And last year we served 387 students in kindergarten through 4th grade with 140 trained volunteers. So that intergenerational connection is very important to us, and it teaches great respect on both parts for the senior and for the young child.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the fact too that so many of our seniors live by themselves, and there are some times where we know bad things do happen. So you have a program, Adrienne, Victory Over Crime.
That's correct.
That you talk a little bit about that one.
It's basically a program to support any elder who's been victimized either by a stranger, a family member, and the crimes range from everything to scams and fraud all the way up to very violent crimes. And what the program seeks to do is help that person put their life back together after they've been victimized, accompanying them to court, helping them to physically recover if they were injured. When you go into court, it can just be really scary, especially if you're by yourself. So a lot of our seniors would not necessarily prosecute if it wasn't for a program like this. And what our goal was more than anything is to move them to being a survivor of the crime and to avoid any future victimization. And we do that through case management, in-home services, and just do a lot of outreach in the community to make sure that any older adult who's been a victim knows about us.
We're so glad you're there to advocate for our seniors. In just a little time we have left, about a minute, Lori, what is the most important thing you want people to know about 50 Forward?
I want people to know that 50 Forward is a resource that they can come to if they're a caregiver, all 50 years old, if they have an older adult living with them that they need help for. And also we want to keep all Nashville healthy and the Williamson County area healthy by providing lifelong learning, help and wellness opportunities for people so that they can continue to be involved in their communities and help others.
So if they want to know more information, the folks out there 50 and older want to know how to get involved with 50 Forward, what should they do?
They should just pick up the phone and call us. Our direct line is area code 615-743-3400. We also have a very active website, which is www.50forward.org.
So-
and they don't have to know why they're calling. All they have to do is pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I think I need something.
Okay.
And we can help them figure out what it is.
And I know you can. It's so nice to have both of you here to tell us all about this great organization. Keep up the good work. We really
you.
so
Thank
great. I want to also thank my earlier guests, Philip Gilley and Jen Hodges from Notes for being here. And thank you for watching. I'm Tawanda Coleman, and I'll see you next time on The Plus Side of Nashville.